you all asked for more vlogs, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you with me this week and give you updates on my current read that I think everyone should read. Enjoy! I hope I'm not too blurry. I am here on my couch. I apologize for the weird lighting. Fourth Wing, it is so freaking good. I do have the physical book, so I've been going through the physical book, but I thought we could just play some Animal Crossing and listen to this via audiobook because it just sounds like such a nice day to do that. And this is going to be spoiler free. I just love how our MC, she's bullied, she's called out a lot, she's surrounded by absolute a-holes and people that are always underestimating her and calling her out publicly for it. But instead of cowering in the corner and just not responding, she's clearly embarrassed inside, but outside she's just like, fight me, hoe bags. Like, she has a chronic illness, and I think this is accurate representation the way her mom from the get-go, from the beginning, so again, no spoilers, says she deals with more pain every day than some writers have dealt with their entire life. And that was such a powerful statement for my chronic illness peeps that really go through life having to push through so much pain and still expected to do life. She's being bullied and she's like, I've dealt with worse, I've gone with worse, like F you, I'm gonna show up because I know who I am and I know what I have to bring to the table. I am loving this MC. I'm just loving this book and planting my trees. That's me. Well, this is me like more in summer. Ew. Ew. I need to warn you guys, the author herself warns us that this book is super violent, and I know my face is one of absolute horror, and it's probably because I haven't really read graphically violent books, and this book is adult fantasy, don't get me wrong, it's not YA, so it's fine. I don't mind violence. One of my favorite films is John Wick. There's a ton of violence in that. I'm just a little shocked, I guess. One of my least favorite characters is so unnecessarily violent. I mean, this is not excusing it or saying like this is a badass book. This specific scene I was just reading, it's just horrifying to think about, and I'm sure it's gonna get worse. So this is a war academy, so they're training for this, and literally in this academy you can kill other cadets because there are not enough dragons to pair with every single person. And so if there's only like 10 dragons that are around and everyone wants a shot at a dragon and there's like 50 students, they're gonna try to kill as many as possible so that they have a chance at getting a dragon. Here I am catching my fish, planting my flowers, like a cute wholesome game, and this book is just like, let's just break some bones, why don't we? Would I survive in this academy? I really don't think so. I cannot get over this book, okay? I feel like it has everything. I feel like as a nerd, I love the beginning of the chapters start with either like a quote from a pivotal moment in history in this world and in this book, but mainly codes of ethics is so cool. It's maybe a little nerdy, like who likes codes, but me. We have characters whose parents, you know, were part of a rebellion and were really destroying the world of Navarre, and they were executed, and they were executed in front of their own children, and then those children ended up having to wear a symbol that shows their parents were part of the rebellion. So it's kind of like that quote of children paying for the sins of their parents. It's just crazy to see like all these different plot lines happening at the same time. I'm just out here like gasping. Normally I do not get to read books when they are super hyped up. In the Bookstagram world, when I first started, I didn't realize that was a thing. It didn't really make me sad that I wasn't reading what was trending because I'm such a mood reader. I can't really read what's trending all the time. This past year I've definitely changed the way I've read because I'm getting introduced to arcs, but I still miss some things. And so I was really grateful. A friend told me about Fourth Wing like a day before it was coming out. I like checked it out right away. I started reading it through the library and I was like, this is freaking amazing. I need to own this. I ran out, I bought a copy. It is beautiful. All the first editions have the beautiful spine. I'll show you guys later. All this to say, I don't normally read what's trending because I'm late to the party or I don't really keep up that much. I think you can read what you want whenever you want. I'm a clear example of that, but it is pretty cool being a part of that community while it's happening. You get to right away talk with everybody at the same time. Anyway, I'm just shocked, y'all. Like, I'm just shocked by this book. Like, I have not loved a book like this in a long time because I haven't seen elements like this in a long time where you have a war academy setting, a trainer-trainee relationship. Yeah, I loved Divergent and that was an academy setting, and I just read the line I literally told you guys a moment ago: children paying for the sins of their parents. I wonder what the author is trying to actually say, if there's like any lesson at all in that or any theme. Continuing the cycle of revenge, continuing generational trauma or curse or whatever it is, but being a writer is considered super prestigious but super hard. Even the way you get to that specific part of the academy kills 20% of all people that sign up. My point is, people die. The kids that were part of, you know, the rebellion, they are actually forced to join this. So this is a volunteer position only. If you're like, well, most people die though, then you realize that's the intention. One of the main characters, which we're focused on, Xaden, his father was like the main betrayer. I think of like old Voldy from Harry Potter or something, like the Dark Lord. So I'm about 30% through the book. Sorry, I keep switching the camera quality when I don't have my main camera on me. I feel like I know where the ship is going. I can see why it's going that way. We just love a man that will support our female MC for who she is, where she wants to go, more than to coddle her. I can see both sides. I can see why you want both sides, but when the MC doesn't have a choice, we stand the man that stands by her. Yes?
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good
There's a new Barnes & Nobles that opened in my area and we're gonna go see it. I have a good friend there. It's a beautiful day, so we're just gonna go check it out.
So life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
I'm genuinely shocked at what's happening in this book right now. Like, I thought I saw something coming, then something happened that I was like, okay, yes, that was the first thing I thought would happen. The author just changed the rules. I'm screaming. I'm internally screaming.
I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Don't mind me. I've been gardening, but I'm 95% through the book and I've been crying. Like, this book is insane. So, with dirt all over my arms since I've been gardening. Okay, I'm basically in the last chapter and I am living for this final chapter. It's amazing. I feel like I'm finishing and I already want to reread this book. It is so, I love it, you guys. I love it. Y'all, I've been screaming nonstop in these last few chapters, crying and screaming nonstop up to the very end. I just finished it and this was so beautiful. I can't wait to share my final thoughts with all of you. Okay, so I'm here to share my final thoughts on Fourth Wing. This was a stunning story and I think it's gonna be my favorite fantasy series, at least one of them for sure, because it just has everything and I'm so excited. So the last few chapters were a wild ride. I said this would be spoil free and it's still going to be spoil free. I just have to share that the last few chapters were such a wild ride. I cried. I was in the middle of gardening my beautiful peonies and as I was gardening I started crying and I really didn't expect the author to actually make me cry. It's one of those things where you don't realize you either connected with a certain storyline or character. I'm not gonna share. She pierces your heart and before you know it, you're sobbing. So I was gardening, I was crying. I think that's why a few of my peonies grew a lot faster so they could comfort me. And then after that, I was screaming. On my Goodreads, I had screaming part 1, screaming part 5. I just kept screaming throughout this whole book. It's so freaking good, you guys. The hype is real. I officially approve this book as hype worthy. It is so good. You need to get your own copy. Here's the first edition with the beautiful spines. So many people are looking for this edition because whatever is out there in all the Targets and Barnes & Nobles and Amazons and indie bookstores is what's left. There's nothing else in this warehouse. They're not gonna do a second print. If you're a reader who grew up on Twilight, Hunger Games, Divergent, Aragon, Shatter Me, all of those fantasy, romantasy books that have a really killer storyline as well, this book is gonna be for you. It is so freaking good. I think I convinced a few people who don't normally read fantasy to pick this book up because it's just that great. It has so many fun elements in it. Beware, the writing isn't the most incredible thing ever, but I cannot stand bad writing and I can't say that this is bad writing. It is not bad writing. There was just some moments that I forgot this was a new adult book and this book could have easily fallen into young adult. However, there are spicy scenes in here. There's 2 very spicy scenes and I actually enjoyed the way she wrote them, like the way she still mixed in fantasy in there. You'll know what I mean if you get to it or when you get to it. Now for some updates on this book. The sequel will be out this fall, so yay, we don't have to wait a whole year or 2 years for her sequel to come out, and that makes me so happy because I'm just ready for the next book. I really am. It's called Iron Flame. So yes, we already have a title as well. Now, some people have been asking if this will be a trilogy because in the book, she's in an academy and the academy takes at least 3 years for you to graduate and then move on to your post or whatever it is you're gonna do as a writer. Through some sleuthing and speaking to other Fourth Wing lovers, I did find out that she confirmed she has already planned out 5 books for this series. 5 books, you guys. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of, you know, Keeper of the Lost Cities or Harry Potter, where it's set in a school. You do have to journey with the main character so they finish those years, right? So the bare minimum, I would expect her to have 3 books because there's 3 years at Basgiath. However, I'm so excited to hear that she's outlined this story for 5 books because that means we get a little bit more after, and depending how events go, we're all speculating. I've had so much fun speaking with people over on Booksta about our theories, and the moment I finished this book, I wanted to reread it like ASAP. I also found out what the first page means. So again, I'm not gonna spoil this for anybody, and this isn't really a huge spoiler. It's just something that you wouldn't understand until you finished this book or got to certain parts, and then when you finished it, you might actually forget that this was in the first page. So I'm just gonna read this page for you all, and for my people who did read it, let me know if you catch what I'm talking about. The following text has been faithfully transcribed from Navarian into the modern language by Xaden Riorson, curator of the Scribe Quadrant at Basgiath War College. All events are true, and names have been preserved to honor the courage of those fallen. May their souls be commended to Malik. So let me know if you caught what I'm talking about when you finish this book and see the dedication. Everyone I've talked to definitely wants to reread this already, just so we can catch more things because of everything that happened in the last third of this book. I'm so excited for all of you to read it. I cannot talk about this book enough. I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you can't tell already. I hope you had so much fun hanging out with me and just enjoying the sun. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like and comment, do all of that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.